We're going to talk about fear, about what it is, about how you manage it, and how you can turn it into action. Now, if I ask you what is fear, I bet you most people in this group will say it has something to do with fight, flight, or freeze. That's what everybody says. And it's true. Those are three very important elements of it. Those are all physiological responses to fear, however, and there's a lot more to it. There's psychological aspects of it. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about what happens to your body when you feel fear, and then what happens mentally and how you can manage it. So what happens to your body when there's a sudden stimulus introduced or danger is present is you get what we call a fear spike, and it's a sudden jolt like that. Physiologically, our reptilian brain kicks into gear, and remember, that's what is all about survival. So that reptilian brain kicks into gear and it changes our heart rate and our temperature. But also, we have a psychological component to fear, which is pretty funny because when you think about it, everybody thinks about the physical, but fear is largely mental. Fear is all about what you think about things. It's about your beliefs and your assumptions. So we all hold them, and we may not know that we hold them until we're faced with something where it gets triggered. So for example, many people might believe that a small woman cannot prevail over a large, muscular, athletic man. We might believe that if we get shot, we're going to die. And it's true, we might die in that situation, but thousands of people get shot and live. Same thing with knives. So it's all mental. And the key to fear is to not be afraid of it, to make friends with it, and to understand it. So I want to talk just a minute about intimidation. Intimidation is what we feel about the event or the person that we're engaged with when we're experiencing fear. And it's when we're visualizing and thinking about what they're going to do, rather than thinking about what we can do about it. And again, it doesn't matter if that has to do with cancer. It doesn't matter if it's a guy with a knife. We're intimidated when we spend more time thinking about what they're doing than what we can do. Coach Blauer likes to say that it's important that we not imbue our opponents with skills and knowledge that they haven't already demonstrated. Sit with that for a moment. So say we've gotten the fear spike, and we get into what I call the fear loop. And for most people, that's the state of, this can't be happening. Why is this happening? Oh no, this can't be happening. How do you get out of that? Well, first you have to accept that it's happening. It is. You can't stay in denial. So you have to accept that it's happening. And then you have to get challenged, not threatened. Threatened will keep you in the fear loop. You have to get challenged and think about, what can I do to address this situation? And once you're threatened, you have to take action. And this is key. You actually only need to come up with one step, because the brain's a remarkable thing. You give it one thing to do and it starts generating the next solution and the next solution and the next solution. So that one step is really potent. And the thing is, it changes the dynamics of what's going on in the situation that you're in. And so you have to adapt. And you may get into the fear loop again, and then you have to accept that, and you have to get challenged again and think of something else to do, and you keep going and you keep going until you resolve the situation. Thank you.